It's funny how the internet has changed over the past 2 years. Back in summer 2007, hardly anybody knew about Facebook.
I wouldn't quite say that. There were a few tens of millions of people who did. But most of those were students and they don't count.
So how come everybody's on there now?
Facebook made this thing they called platform. It meant other developers could build applications and games on the site.
And did they?
You betcha they did. They made all kinds of things, like an application that let you throw a sheep at your friends.
And people did that? To their friends?
They did. Even if they thought it was pretty stupid at the time.
So then what happened?
The application developers got cleverer and cleverer about using all the ways that Facebook gave them to spread their applications. Eventually, it got to the point where you couldn't move around Facebook without somebody throwing something at you or turning you into a vampire.
Ooh. That doesn't sound good.
It wasn't at all. So Facebook took some action.
What did they do?
They took away some of the things developers used, like boxes on profile pages, because users had really gone overboard with those. They also told a lot of developers to stop doing bad things.
Bad things?
Yes, like rewarding a user for inviting their friends to an application. You only needed one friend to have a somewhat simplistic sense of humor and no self-restraint, and your newsfeed was awash with junk.
That sounds like a good move by Facebook. I would prefer a site that stopped people doing that kind of thing.
Yes. It actually worked really well, even if some developers didn't like it at the time. The problem was that the developers were a clever bunch, and some of them worked out how to get the most out of the new system very quickly. Along with that, they also started making quite a lot of money, which attracted more and more developers to build applications.
But that's good, right? People like choice.
Yes, but it was becoming difficult to find relevant information again, and users were starting to complain of certain types of application, although really it was certain types of friend that was the real problem.
That sounds disastrous. What did Facebook do then?
They decided to make some serious changes. So here we are late in 2009. They are going to be getting rid of lots of the site features that developers were using to spread their applications.
That sounds really bad for developers, even if it's good for users. Do you think they'll cope?
Most of them will work it out, even if it's a very big change. The really good apps will keep thriving, and the ones that were only surviving because Facebook made it easy to spread won't do as well.
I'm glad I'm a user, and not a developer now.
Don't feel too sorry for them, they'll work out how to keep making money. They've gotten to be quite good at it.
Hooray for developers.
Sure, I guess.